Morning. This is your morning in 8 minutes. Now, this morning starts day 7 in the search for more than 170 people still missing following last Friday's deadly flash flooding in central Texas.
Yeah, we're learning new details about the warnings that did and did not go off. Amid the cleanup, questions about the systems meant to help notify people. According to officials, the first moment volunteer firefighters requested that a code red alert go out, happening as early as 4:22 a.m. Some survivors report getting a code red alert an hour later. Others report nothing until 10 a.m. The sheriff's office says they will investigate why those alerts did not make it out. Meanwhile, President Trump says he does plan to visit that area tomorrow.
And we are headed out the door with an umbrella in hand this morning, that is for sure.
Yeah, and Heather has a look at where that heavier rain is possible in our local first alert forecast.
Yeah, and just like yesterday, I pointed out that there was that chance for some very heavy rain in parts of the Smokies. I do see that again today, so I wanted to remind you of the different types of flood alerts. An advisory just means that it may become a nuisance. Now, if you get into a flood watch, be prepared. That means it is possible. And then a warning means it's actively happening. But there are variations in flash flood versus flood. Flash flooding means it's rapidly happening, which especially when we get into some of our higher elevations, you can get some of that very heavy rain that pools up. But remember, with our terrain change, that means it would then flow downstream. So while we get the scattered moderate to heavy rain, notice some getting half an inch to an inch. I do still see some of that heavier 2 to 3 inches of rain along the Smokies over the next couple of days.
Thanks, Heather. Well, do you know the person in these photos? The Knoxville Fire Department says they may be responsible for a fire at Eternal Life Center in Knoxville. Now, the fire happened at 3 a.m. this morning. Crews quickly put it out before it could spread into the building. Now, no one was hurt, and there was only minor damage at the church. Investigators say they got these pictures of somebody near the church at the time of that fire. Now, if you know anything, call East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. We've got that number inside the WVLT News app. And it's now going to take several more years to complete an East Knoxville project after the city lost out on federal funding.
The city was supposed to get $42 million, but it got cut with the new federal budget. City leaders say the Reconnecting Knox project could have started soon, but now the timeline is shifting to 5 to 10 years to complete. Now the city will explore other federal options, private dollars, and even money from city sales and property tax. The plan will add a greenway, a park, a connection from First Creek and Austin Apartments in East Knoxville to the Old City, and safer places for kids to walk at Green Magnet and Vine Middle. Well, imports from Brazil and 7 other countries could face double-digit tariffs August 1st. This is according to President Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's threatening to force American businesses to pay a 50% tax on goods that they import from Brazil. He calls the trial of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro a, quote, witch hunt that should end immediately. Now, Bolsonaro has denied any wrongdoing. Brazil's sitting president says his country is a sovereign nation. They won't bow down to Trump's demand. Trump says he also has informed Algeria, Iraq, Libya, Moldova, Sri Lanka, Brunei, and the Philippines of upcoming 20 to 30% flat tariffs on their products. And as Sevier County grows, all those new people mean new houses as well. So for the city of Sevierville, that number is in the thousands.
Yeah, that's why the city of Sevierville says it's a big reason a new public safety facility is needed. The city hosting a groundbreaking for a new building off the Parkway in Kodak. The fire station building will also be used by the Police and Public Works Department. Sevierville Fire Chief Matt Henderson says it takes 15 to 17 minutes for a fire truck to get from downtown Sevierville to a call in the Kodak area. With nearly 400 calls a year, officials say a new fire station is needed for the community. It's expected to be finished next year.
And Second Harvest Food Bank says all mobile pantries are still happening despite recent federal funding cuts. Now, this morning there is a food drive in Anderson County that starts at 10 a.m. this morning. It lasts until all of that food is gone. You can see a list of all of their mobile pantries they have scheduled. That's all inside your WVLT News app. And Operation Vet Rescue is hosting a benefit event later today.
The Hope for Heroes fundraiser to support homeless veterans is happening at Shine Girl in Sevierville. Organizers say the goal is to raise money for and raise awareness of veteran homelessness in East Tennessee. There will be guest speakers, testimonials, refreshments, and opportunities to directly support veterans. This is from 4 to 7 p.m. tonight. Now a summer tradition designed to get you out and about is back in downtown Knoxville.
Something I'm excited about. It's the Where's Waldo scavenger hunt. It's happening right now. Now this year's event features more than 40 businesses. That's the most ever. Now to join in, all you need to do is grab a Where's Waldo passport from a participating business and then get hunting. Now once you see them, you get your passport stamped and you move on to the next destination. Once you get 20 or so stamps, you can then get gift cards and other prizes. Now the scavenger hunt runs through the end of July. We've got a list of where you can get started, where you can find Waldo inside that WVLT News App.
Such a fun thing to do. With that, let's go ahead and get a check of your first alert traffic. Taking a live look. I-40 at Walker Springs. I promise this is a live look. It's just a little frozen. We're still sleepy on this Thursday morning. I-75 at Merchant Drive. Traffic looks good out there. North and southbound lanes are moving as they should be. 640 at Western Avenue. Very few cars in those east and westbound lanes. And I-40 at Hall of Fame Drive. Not tracking any issues out there. So here's a look at the Knoxville area traffic. Overall, we're looking good. We're still up to speed out there.
Hopefully some good news of those areas of fog. Again, we've been watching clouds peel back, fog fill in. So a lot of you are kind of socked in down below, looking up above. You can see some of that shining, that sun shining on that fog, helping to evaporate it over the next couple of hours. So right now it's also helping to warm up some spots. Looking at 74 Morristown, 73 now Knoxville to 70 Middlesboro, and 66 Crossley. Y'all have been a little bit cooler than everybody else this morning, but we do have some limited visibility. Light to moderate fog still in Knox County and Blount County, up and down visibility. Thicker fog harder to see around Madisonville, Sweetwater, right there at the Loudon line. Along I-75 south and north there in the southern part of our area. Also hitting 40 with some fog right at the edge of the plateau from Roane to Morgan to Cumberland, I-75 in southeastern Kentucky, and I-81 in northeast Tennessee. So that would be what could slow you down this morning. Then, of course, some scattered storms can cause some hit or miss slowdowns this afternoon and midday tomorrow. Looking at spotty storms here as we look ahead. So we'll continue to track all that out for you coming up at 7 on the CW.
Definitely something we'll be paying attention to, Heather. Thank you. And make sure you join us over on the CW this morning. We are talking with Mayor Glenn Jacobs about changes to the Bean Detention Center and much more. Again, we're headed over to the CW Knoxville. We'll see you there.